Let's see, what clan shall we be today? Welcome, friends, family, and lovers. Ryan from Anabluff here, Konzi Tarkir Draft, slamming Rattleclaw Mystic. Because it's an insane morph sweet card, I love it. Opulent Palace, love as well, because I'm so into the 5-color thing. Savage Punch, Watcher of the Roost. I don't really like Warname Aspirant, because not only is it an uncommon, so you don't get that many premium 2-drops, I just don't want to be aggressive in this format. Wind Scout would be the type of aggression I would want, but it's not so much aggression, it's more just evasion, so I'd definitely take that over Aspirant. I'd take Mystic over Aspirant, because it's in a color preference. I think Mystic can go in that nice evasive deck, or go into my favorite, more like the Sultai slower deck. Aerostorm is fine, but I tend to always let them go because double red, and I don't like red. Swiftwater Cliffs, another nice land. But yeah, Mystic's just insane. Happy to have. Not too sure where it'll take us. Okay, well there is a Burn Away. That is a red card I enjoy. Don't mind going into Teamer if that's the case. Might Swipe's good, but I'd stick to, if I'm taking a red card now after a green card, I'd definitely take Burn Away. And my goal would be, if I'm doing Rattleclaw Mystic into Burn Away, I'm either Teamer and splashing the red, so I'm base the blue-green deck, which I love, or I might just start going in 5 colors. Don't know. Here's another land we're passing. There's really not a lot on this pack anyway. Mind Swipe and Burn Away are the only 2 things I'm even eyeing. I don't play Despise, though it certainly is playable. I just don't care about it. Hateblade makes the deck that wants it, but not this early in the picks. 2-drops are annoying. This Dasher's bad. The Sandbar is fine. Tracker's like one of the few morphs that sucks. Dragon Scale Balloon I actually have a lot of respect for. Even though you can kind of, pay attention to when it's happening at 4 mana. It's still super powerful, especially in a nice Abzan deck. Alright, we'll take the Burn Away. Like I said, I don't like red, but I'm paying attention. We'll see how it goes. Interesting. I could take a Bloodfell Caves just to start the land grab 5-color thing. But Mardu Charm is pretty strong. Problem is it doesn't go with Rattleclaw Mystic. Raider Spoils, I'm not doing that deck. Sultai Soothsayer, I love. Boink, kind of interested in it. Aerostorm I could take. I already passed one. I could just start going red. I just don't like it. I do want this Rattleclaw Mystic to be good, but I don't want to be married to the pick. And if we're seeing like a past Burn Away, Aerostorm, Mardu Charm, these are options. Mardu Charm I actually really don't like unless I'm in 5 colors. Because I don't like being in the warrior deck. Thing is, Raider Spoils could just be the pick here, because if you get it early and start building around it, it's just insane. And since I'm not giving up a whole lot, I'm actually going to take the Raider Spoils as a speculative pick. I just mentioned how much I don't care for being in the, in the Mardu colors, but this early, I'm kind of happy to grab it, see what goes down. Here's a Windscarred Crag, which would work both in our Raider Spoils plan, if we were doing, say, the Warrior deck plus a Splash Red, or just I'm going into the 5-color plan with a Mystic into, like, Burn Away. Spoils would not make that cut. However, I think the Snowhorn Rider and the Crippling Chill is more where I want to be. Even the Archer at a morph in green. Treasure Cruise is fine. But again, the speculative pick that I had here, I'm not going to be super married to if I don't continue to see the good warriors. And all I've seen besides this in the first 4 packs was the... oh my gosh, what's the 1/1 called? The Death Toucher. The 1-white 1/1. So I'll take the Rider and move along from there. Stay on the Teamer plan at the moment. I do like Archer's Parapet quite a bit. Here's a Rush of Battle and Yielding Krumar, Trumpet Blast, all for that deck, but I think the speculative pick is kind of going away here. And I actually don't mind the Archer's Parapet even in Teamer if you can't activate it, because it's still a huge stop sign till you get your big dudes online. And aside from that, I could take a Leaping Master, which is fun and has nice utility later. But I think I just want the Parapet, be base green, going to Teamer. That's where I'm going right now. That's the current game plans. Barrage is boring. Ooh, Savage Punch late. That's a really good sign that green and Teamer are going to continue to be open. I would take the Flock if it wasn't there. Could even take the Kintree Warden, speculating on like a Secret Plans deck should I get that uncommon. But at this point, no, Raider Spoils out. We're taking Savage Punch. base green, and then hopefully green, blue, and splashing red. Yeah, I like that game plan. But man, this Savage Punch, that's late, and I'm stoked. Highlands I will take now over the Longshot squad, since I'm pretty much sure that I'm going to be wanting this dual land. And even though the Longshot squad is good and would make the cut, I think we're going to want to make sure we're picking up the correct colored dual lands soon enough here. Wii Fate would make the deck, though generally I'm looking not to play Wii Fate, I'm looking to play Treasure Cruises, and you can get the 1 or 2 Wii Fates that are needed. Here's an interesting pick. I don't need the Blossoming Sands, because we're pretty much moved away. This Throttle is pretty late, but I don't want to move into black for it necessarily, since the Witness and the Dragon Grip can both make the cut. If I wanted to try to do 5 colors, I could do the Sands, but again, I just don't think I need to. I think we're in an okay color set. Dragon Grip I can take for the speculation if we go into Heavy Teamer, because if it's Ferocious, it's pretty okay. But Witness of the Ages also makes the Teamer deck turned on with Ferocious, because it is a 4/4. So I'm going to take a more solid pick over the speculative pick at this point. Aerostorm I'll grab over Kintree Warden, because I only really want the Kintree Warden if I'm playing with Secret Plans, which I don't have yet. And since we haven't seen a lot of blue, we might actually be the base red-green deck Splashing Blue, which is currently how we're set up. And Aerostorm this late is pretty a strong signal that red's fairly open. Again, I'm not stoked for it, but it's fine. We'll take the A-Naught Tracker against the 1 bad morph. That's why it wheeled, but, you know, if we need it, we'll have it. Sandbar for a Dorky 2, even though I don't want to be playing it. Naturalize for the sideboard. Or, I guess I'll take a Teamer Banner. Both are kind of neither going to plan on being played, but they're there in the event you need them. I don't think I've ever actually sided in Naturalize. Actually, no, I'll just take Naturalize. It at least makes me feel good that I have like a strong sideboard card if I need it. Whereas a Teamer Banner is just like, I don't want to ever play it. Alright. Stubborn Denial could actually make the cut if we get a whole lot of Teamer action. And Whirlwind Adept is never going to make the cut, so I will take the Stubborn Denial. But I'm not planning on playing it, or the Sandbar at this point. I still like the Parapet in this deck. I mean, generally Teamer, you just want to get things bigger, faster, as is the green strategy, but I still think Parapet is a perfectly fantastic 2-drop. Get this down early, save a bunch of damage until you start getting your morphs online. I love our removal with Savage Punch and Burn Away. Aerostorm is currently going to be on the colors that we are playing, so that's fine. And of course this Mystic is just going to be fantastic. Ramp us into like an early Snowhorn Rider or something. Plus we're in position to get some really nice rares. Savage Knuckleblade, anybody? I'll take a Savage Knuckleblade. Alright. What am I opening? Sage's Inward Eye. That's a nice rare. Along with Ward in the Eye, a nice uncommon. Other uncommons are lame. Don't want them. Humana, 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 ho. I'm not super stoked for this pack. I'm not interested in Scout the Borders because we're not super doing Delve. I wouldn't mind a Treasure Cruise. Jeskai Wind Scout could make it, but I think the War Streaker is going to be a little bit better. It really just allows me to play that and a Morph. Wind Scout's better. I want to be prioritizing green, red, and splashing my blue with the Snowhorn Rider. And in the Teamer deck, it's not like Wind Scout is like imperative the way it is in Jeskai. Look at all these great Jeskai cards though. Sage, Warden, Jeskai Wind Scout. Humana. Yeah, because there's no way I'm going to be abandoning red as a base color based on the Burn Away. And I think the Aerostorm that was passed super late. So I will take the War Streaker. That's a color consideration. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to start locking myself into red-green. Get those tempo plays, more removal, the Savage Punches are going to be like key in this deck. Hello, Bear's Companion. Bellowing Saddlebrute is so good. Thornwood Falls I would like as well, but I'm not going to pass up a Bear's Companion for it. But this would be a great addition to our suite. Absent Charm, of course, great. Oh, Saddlebrute, they're too good. It's a good pack. We take the Archer if it comes back around. Don't plan on it, but we'll take the Companion pretty handily there. Air the Wild, yes. Or do I want a Pine Walker? Both are fantastic. Pine Walker's great. It's one of the best morphs, but Air of the Wild is such a good 2-drop. I guess I should know by this point in the format which card I like over the other, but I don't. So, in doubt, take the earlier drop. We're taking the Air. I want this Pine Walker, but we'll take the 2. I'm okay with that. All these guys are messy. I don't think we're going to be short on playable creatures, so let's move things around. I do want more morphs just to make the War Speaker better, but also just because, you know, morphs are sweet. Which puts the Pine Walker in favor, but for now we're fine. Ooh, Become Immense I like. Canyon Lurkers are okay. Crippling Chill's okay, but I think we're going to take the Thornwood Falls for the manas. Even though, I mean, Become Immense just finishes out a game. Right now where I'm at with my mana fixing, I think I do want the Falls. And we might even get something back like the Squads or the Treasure Cruise. 1, 2... Oh, probably more like the Lurkers. 1, 2, 3, 4... No, we're not getting anything back. Never mind. I lied. We're a little too late in the picks. But still, I want to pick these. I've already passed the Thornwood Falls. I do need to be prioritizing my dual lands since I am going to be in team round. I'm going to want some way to get my blue online. Also, if we get more good fixing in this pack and like early on, we can take things like Crippling Chill a little bit higher, which works really well in Teamer. Alrighty, another Savage Punch. Happy to slam. Bring low and make the cut as well, but Savage Punch is way better. How many ways do we have to turn on Ferocious? Right now, just 2, 3? We should be getting more in the long run, but taking a second Savage Punch is fantastic. Anything else I'd play? Probably not. I mean, I guess we'll get a Whirlwind Adept later on. We passed the one earlier, but if we just need something to fill out our Ferocious, we can go there. But yeah, Savage Punch. Ooh, there's a Secret Plans. Do I actually go for it, though? We could just take a Monastery Flock. Nah, Secret Plans is too powerful. We're a little late to move in on it, though. Again, only having 2 morphs makes it not as good in this deck. But otherwise, I'm taking a morph that I don't care about. And right now, Force Away, which is actually the best card for us in our colors. I want to kind of lean away from blue. But I'm taking a blue card, so that doesn't really work in my logic, now does it? What blue card am I taking? Because I'm taking a blue card. I'm not taking the Weapon Master. Flock is the easy one, because as a morph, it can actually be played. Force Away is just fantastic. I'm going to take the Force Away, because I don't think we're going to get far... Oh, wait, I got to remember also that Air of the Wilds... Not Air of the Wilds, Rattleclaw Mystic is a morph, and we probably want to be morphing it. But Force Away can still be splashed as needed. Scout the Border, not so... I think this late Wind Scout's pretty cool, but I'm just a little worried about... Like, Force Away can be cast over here to kind of get a pesky dude out of the way later in the game, so if we don't have the blue mana, we're fine with it. Jeskai Wind Scout still is relevant later on, but it's definitely more of a turn 3 play than anything else. But this deck doesn't want to Scout the Borders or a Tusk Colossedon, so we'll take the Wind Scout, which is going super late. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure... I've learned that by actually placing the cards where I want when I take the picks, instead of clicking them or letting them go, excuse me, on their own, allows me to keep my organization so nice. Okay, what else do we have on the side? Stubborn Denial, if we get Super Blue, Enoch Tracker to back up if we need more morphs. And I do want more morphs. Another Arrow Storm. Another morph, like I said, though, I was thinking one of the archers might come back around, or a Dragon Scale Boon. I think I'm just going to commit to green-red, good removal, and splashing the blue off of like the falls and stuff, which means I might be getting rid of this Wind Scout on the Force Away. Only having the Rider and Bear's Companion is nice. But we do have 7 creatures. I'm going to need some more, but with Arrow Storm being super powerful, I think I'm okay with that. Could be wrong. Alright, we did not get our guy back, which is okay. We'll take a Scout the Borders now. Still not planning on playing it, but it could easily make the deck. Don't want the Blazebringer, but it does turn on... I think I'm going to take it here as a backup, because again, I'm trying to move away from blue. And instead of having a Whirlwind End would only play to trigger Ferocious. I'd rather the Marduk's Blazebringer in my base colors to trigger Ferocious, but we don't want to be playing them. Here's another Scout the Borders. I don't need the banner, but I'm not playing 2 Scout the Borders, and the banners are backup if we really fail on our fixing. Even then, though, I probably won't play it. I'll probably just cut cards so that I don't have to worry about the fixing as much. Like I said, not play blue. Crippling Chill I will take. Still worried about the color commitment. But since we're not really picking up that much red, I mean, I did take this Arrow Storm. I could end up, if blue just really continues to be our more of our second color, we can cut like the Shrieker and the 2 Arrow Storms and play like Chill, Force Away, and Scout, and whatever other powerful blue spells we get. Still something I need to consider. What just happened? I took too long is what just happened. Alright. Get back over here, my friends. Love all of our green 2-ish drops. I say 2-ish because Savage Punches aren't drops, and the Rattle Mystic isn't necessarily a 2-drop. Alright, we have a Flooded Strand. How much is that worth? Yeah, I'm gonna take it. It's still like 5 to 6 tickets. It's not our fixer. Not luckily, but in general, like I'm only passing up an aerialist, which would definitely make me move into more blue than red. Maybe get rid of the Arrow Storms, because I already have 2 Savage Punches in the Splashed Burn Away. I don't necessarily need the Arrow Storms, even though they are super powerful. I don't necessarily want to do that. But that'd be my pick over the money grab here, which might actually make the cut just out of needing maybe a splash or something. Wow, Seeker of the Way is so good. I think I want this Mystic. It's a nice morph. It's good evasion. I don't really want the Roar of Challenge, even though I think it is powerful. I just want more creatures, especially since that's kind of where I'm weak right now. And I'm starting to move into the blue range. Mind you, that was from that one direction, so I don't want to get too caught up. But having a Morph Blue is a little bit safer than anything else. Roar would be the safest, but we do have some powerful spells if we need them. Scout the Borders not making it yet. And then we're either cutting... We're down 2 cards, because we're either going to be cutting like the Crippling Chill and Force Away, or the Arrow Storms based on our mana. And no, I'm not taking the Embodiment to help with the mana. Jeskai Elder, again, I'm taking the Mystic, because I actually think I like the Mystic better than Elder in this kind of deck. And if we do switch back, depending on where we end up going, we might want to have our red thing online. But now we have an Ice Feather Aven. That's solidifying me into green, blue. Team Tron would be fantastic as well. Rugged Highlands I care about, but I think Ice Feather Aven is just so powerful. We have to go for it. And then that's gonna... I'm gonna be a little aggressive on our cuts here. I probably will be playing some of these other red cards, because I think I'm gonna have to. But for now, again, let's just take a look at like what our premium pieces are. We're gonna be, like I said, I know I have to bring some of this in, but this is where I want to be. We'll get a Glacial Stalker. Man, the Secret Plans that we passed would have been pretty nice at this point. But Stalker works well with what we're doing with our 2 Savage Punches, so I'm fine with that. Plus Morph. Jungle Hollow's wrong color. War Shriek I already have 1 of if I need it, which would be good in this deck now that I'm getting more Morphs. Teamer Charger I like. Don't love, but I like. Another Late Throttle. Same direction. Do you want the Charger or the Bloodfire Mentor? Yeah, I want the Charger. Easy peasy. Windstorm for the side, or another Jeskai Wind Scout? I think another Wind Scout, since I'm now on the blue-green plan. Just have just some fantastic premium creatures now. All of them are great, besides the Archer's Parapet, but even then that helps gum up the ground, and I'd still definitely play it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. What are the cards we're bringing in? Don't need a Scout. Looks like we're going to be good on creatures. Maybe this Wetland Sandbar as well. I think I would just love some better spells now that our creatures are getting like so strong. Trap Essence? I don't think I was going to make it. Don't need a 3rd Arrow Storm because I'm not playing the first 2. We'll take a Dragon Scale Boon, which would make this deck as of right now. We're at 18 playables. We only have 2 hard casting red cards plus a Rugged Highlands to help with that, and then the other cards are morphs that splash in. The Mystic also helps us get the red online. Trap Essence I don't like. Yep. Wrong color for us. I guess we'll take a 2-drop. I think we'll keep ourselves with more green. Because I have a Wetland Sandbar already. I think the Highland game is better than Smoke Tiller. I don't think, even though I have blue to activate it, this really matters. I think the life gain actually matters a lot more. And I don't need a Bloodfire Mentor. Especially since, as already pointed out, I've moved so far away from red. Actually, Roar the Challenge now seems really good. I'm surprised at table and I'm happy for it. But how many times do I have Ferocious activated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly with the Wind Scouts, but not so much. But no matter what, it's still just a serviceable falter effect. And it's kind of the power level I want in this deck anyway. Oh my gosh, Rugged Highlands tabled. What a gift. Super stoked for that. We are down 1 playable, but we'll be able to find something to add in. It's not like I'm going to play the Colossus on another Whirlwind Adept anyway, so that's fine. And I'll get rid of the Secrets because it's the only actual playable card. I don't like Briber's Purse. I hear it has some utility at some places, but not in my opinion. Alright, this deck kind of came together. Everything that we currently have in the deck is just top notch. Maybe not the Dragon Scale Boom, but still a good combat trick. Gives us ways to interact. And I just decide what I want my 20-second card to be. I don't think we have enough to make Stubborn Denial. We don't have enough Ferocious to make Stubborn Denial that fantastic. I could add in another 2-drop with the Wetland Sandbar, because I do want one more creature. I might just put in the Tracker, just to have a Morph Dude. It could be right to put in the Whirlwind Adept for Ferocious, but I don't know. The 4 cards I have that care about Ferocious don't really need Ferocious. Obviously, Savage Punches get way better. Force Away and Roar... Well, I guess Roar Challenge gets way better also. Force Away has a bonus to it, but I mean, it doesn't even matter if Ferocious is triggered with Force Away. The best cards in my sideboard are the Arrow Storms, but with my mana considerations, I ain't playing them. Let's clean this up, and then I'll decide what that last card is going to be. Alright, and here is the deck broken down. I put all the morphs in the 3-drop slot, but of course, we're actually more spread out in how these guys could be cast easily at later stages, or earlier, since 3 of our morphs are also 2-drops, which is fantastic if you want to get a jump start. And again, I really like everything that's in this base build. The only thing I'm bummed about, not really, but like still just a little side note, the only powerful spells in our sideboard are these Arrow Storms, but I just don't want to cast, I don't want them in the deck because of our mana. I've mentioned that plenty of times. Good sideboard cards does include the Stubborn Denial and the Naturalize if we feel like there's a really strong non-creature deck, or of course an artifact or enchantment. Scout the Borders I don't want to play, that helps dig for a good card and replaces itself. The fact that we don't have anything that matters for Delve, because we passed that Become Immense for the land, right? Which I'm really glad I have, actually. I don't really care about Scout the Borders. None of the red cards I want to play. The only one I would maybe consider would be the Tracker, because it's morph, so if I don't have the red, I can still play it. But as I mentioned earlier, it's just the dork of them all. So I'm actually going to bring in this the Whirlwind Adept. I don't love it, but we're fine. We can add another 5-drop because we have plenty of low drops. We don't have any 4-drops, which is kind of awkward, but we have things to do. Just play another morph or something at 4. That's not a big deal. 3 and 5 is kind of where it's at, and we have a couple of 6-drops later on. And then I could bring in the Sandbar, though, because generally lower mana costs are better, but with such a nice low curve already, and 3 being so stocked with our morphs and decent 2-drops, plus a Temur Charger, Mystic, and Aven at 2, I don't think we need another 2. But if I do play against like an aggressive like Warrior deck, or where I think the Sandbar is going to be able to trade off pretty regularly with other things, I'll put it in. But if, if someone plays like 2/3s, I'm just kind of hosed for now. And I do think the Whirlwind Adept, thanks to its being 4 power, there's enough Ferocious in my deck with Air the Wild, Savage Punches, Force Away, Roar the Challenge, that it gets a little bit better. Plus my spells, interact with my creatures. The 2 Savage Punchers, Roar, and Dragon Scale Boon, those 4 spells matter in terms of if my guy has Hexproof, that protects me from getting blown out. Oh, how come that's not there? That goes there. Tee-hee. Cool. So I like the deck quite a bit, actually. Oh, also, I wanted another creature. Get us up to 15, so that's pretty fun. Here, let's put in our lands. Add some basics. And do I like Moto's suggestion? I don't think so. That's a lot of mountains. I only have 2 spells that need red, and then 4 total with the Raidas. Now, how many islands does this give me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No. I want more than that. Even though we're mostly green, we still have a lot of things I want to be doing, hard casting. So I need more islands, that's for sure. What's our forest like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That seems about right. 10 would be fantastic. But, I mean, we don't have any double green. Yeah, we have early green, but 9 should be pretty okay. So if that's the case, how much blue do I want? 8 or 9 also? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I want to get away with just 3 red sources? I'm not too sure yet. Let's add you in. And 2 more. Why is this forest here? Did that accidentally happen? Did I miss something? Let's set you aside for now. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 red. I might go up to 4 if I feel like I only need 8 islands. And then we have 9 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, 9, and 3. Is that enough? I like 3 for the double red splash. 4 would be better. I could definitely get away with 8 blue sources. Maybe take an island out and put in 1 more mountain. Considering the majority of our early stuff does need green, we definitely need at least 9 green. The Wind Scouts, though, are just so good on turn 3, and if I don't have that... Yeah, but there's not that many blue cards. Like 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, there's only 5 blue cards that I need, so on the odds, yeah, I think we do just go ahead and stick to 8. 9 would be fantastic, but I'd rather have 4 mountain sources than anything else. Cool. This is the deck. I like it. This will be a fun deck. Can't wait to play it. See you in round 1.